So talk to us about your vision here. A lot of people are talking about Clubhouse as, the next big media platform. What does that mean to you?
Well, I guess I'll start off with what Clubhouse is. Clubhouse is a new type of social network that is based on voice, where people come together with others to talk and listen and learn from each other all in real time. So when you open the app, you'll see thousands of different rooms, and you can jump into any of them and just hear people talking about all sorts of different topics like financial markets and crypto and philosophy and hip hop. And if you want, you can just sit back and listen, or you can raise your hand and participate. And the idea is that it's a place that's about connecting authentically with other humans. If you think about voice, it's relatively new in the world of social networking, at least in the US, but it is the oldest medium. We've been gathering with other people and talking for as long as civilization has existed. It's something that's really human. And so our goal is to create a new type of network that's more about those authentic human connections than about gaining likes or follows. And we found that voice is a really powerful medium.
It's definitely an intimate and a different kind of experience. It's hard to describe it until you go in there. I did try to get into the Elon room last night, and at like a split second after it opened, it was already filled with 5,000 people. Then there were all these other rooms that were full with thousands of people. It is invite only for now, but I've noticed that you have been increasing invites, it seems like quite dramatically in recent weeks. Is that by design, and how soon will it be open for everyone?
From the earliest days, we've been designing Clubhouse for everyone, and our goal is to open it up as fast as we possibly can. The only reason it's not open to the world yet is because, as you mentioned, we've historically been a small team, and we just want to make sure that the experience scales before we open it up. We try and make sure that each time a new wave of users joins, the experience for everyone who's already on the app gets better rather than worse. But our goal from day one has to build this for everyone. The diversity, the breadth of the community, it's the greatest thing about it. And so we don't know exactly when we're going to open it up, because what we do is we sort of turn up the knobs a little bit on invites and watch what happens to the experience and get feedback from our users. And if it continues to scale, then we'll continue to open it up more. So my hope is that we can be open to everyone within, months, not weeks, not years, but months. And we're really excited to get out on Android and to localize it into other languages, so that everyone around the world can experience Clubhouse in a way that feels native to them.
So will it be just like I can turn on the TV and anybody can watch, a certain program, or turn on the radio, anyone can listen in? Is that what Clubhouse is going to be like?
Yeah, and hopefully participate. A really large percentage of people who come in and listen to conversations end up talking as well. And that's one of the really nice things about it. You can sit back and be passive, you can multitask, or you can participate. And the thing about voice, you mentioned this a second ago, it's such a powerful, intimate medium. You have all the intonation and inflection and fidelity and bids and asks that voice gives you, but without any of the anxiety of video. You don't have to worry about what you look like or how messy your house might be. And so people are really authentic, and it's incredible how quickly you can form connections with other people when you're just using your voice.
So, there's been some confusion about whether what happens on Clubhouse is public or private. I know you say you're not allowed to record anything that you hear, but, people were streaming Elon's remarks. There's been news reporting on it. People are tweeting about what they hear. Where do you draw the line?
Well, we leave it up to the creator. We always say creator first. That is one of our big mantras that we have, and it guides a lot of our product decisions. And so if you want to host a big public conversation, you want to allow people to record it, that's fine. You can actually do that with the explicit permission of all the speakers. And if you want to have a more private conversation, then that's fine too. You can kind of think of it like going to a conference, right? Where some people might opt to go to the keynote, and there's a really impressive speaker, and she's got thousands of people listening to her. It's not particularly interactive, but it's public, and a lot of people like going to that. Then other people go to the smaller breakout sessions that might be more interactive and about these niche topics that they're really interested in. And then you have the hallways of the convention center, lined with hundreds or thousands of people charging their laptops and introducing their colleagues to each other and having private conversations. And that's where some of the most magical moments happen at a conference. Or you go to a music festival and you have the main stage and the side stages and thousands of people on their picnic blankets meeting friends of friends. That's what Clubhouse is like. The room is a really flexible container, and we leave it up to the creator. If you want to be public, great. But if you want to have a more private conversation, you should be able to control that. Any of this without either of them.
So speaking of somebody in the user community, Jessica Lessin, the founder of The Information, last night tweeted, so Elon Musk tells the world he'll be on Clubhouse tonight, but many reporters can't listen in because Mark Andreessen, Clubhouse's biggest investor, blocks them. So yeah, really time to think about powerful people who have who can shape the narrative exactly as they want. Twitter allows folks to block people. It's often used to combat harassment. But what is your response to that?
Well, it goes back to our policy of creator first. And, the reality is there are times when you're dealing with live group audio where the wishes of the creator, and that just means the person who started the room, anyone can be a creator, but the wishes of the creator can be at odds with the wishes of the listener or a would-be listener. It could be that you're hosting a room and someone wants to be there, but you don't want them to be in that room because you want it to be more intimate, or they want to be on stage and you don't want them to be on stage. My co-founder Rohan and I decided early on that if there ever was that tension, we would prioritize the creator. And we think it's better for everyone if you can build a product that works for creators. That's why we want to invest in creator monetization and other features to make sure it's a great experience for them. And so like I was saying with the conference analogy, there are going to be people that want their conversation to be broadcast to the whole world. And there will be people that want to have a smaller, more intimate conversation. And we believe that as a creator, you should be able to decide that.
So how do you plan to make money, and how do those monetization efforts scale?
So we're really excited about the idea of monetization, not for us, but for our creator community. And again, I mean creator with the lowercase c, just people who start rooms, who host conversations. There's so many incredible people on Clubhouse and in the world who are smart, who are funny, who have domain expertise, who are just great at bringing people together and hosting conversations. You see that in our community, like Bomani and Kat and Francine, later, all of these amazing people who are doing that every day. And we want to allow them to be able to earn money directly from listeners who are happy to pay them for their experiences that they're creating. And that might be subscriptions. It might be ticketed events. It might be the ability to tip someone to say, thank you for bringing this conversation together. We're really excited about doing that. We think it just aligns incentives properly. It gives people a reason to come on the platform and to host great content, and everyone benefits from that. So we're planning to invest in that and to do it sooner rather than later.
And, we're in such an interesting time right now where people have sort of more uninterrupted time at home. They can listen in. When we get to a new normal, when, typical Silicon Valley networking events come back, does Clubhouse growth continue, or do you see a change in behavior?
We think that voice is a durable medium. My co-founder Rohan and I have been interested in it for a very long time. We started this company in late 2019. And I just fundamentally believe that a lot of the best technologies that I've seen before have taken things that we've always enjoyed doing in the real world, natural human things, and they've just made it easier to do that, right? So I don't think Amazon's going to go away after the pandemic. I don't think Tinder will go away as a way to meet people, because they've taken things that are natural things we've always done offline, buying things, dating, and they've just made it easier to do that. So for us, the idea is that if we can give anyone in the world instant access to meaningful conversations, to meaningful human connections, no matter where you live, no matter what networks you have access to, what your economic situation is, you can be in the room. You can pull out your phone and instantly have a group of wonderful people who are super thoughtful, talking about something that's interesting to you, engaged in a meaningful conversation. And if you want, you can be part of that.
Okay.
We think that's a durable thing, and we think that will continue.